lunch at Willie Creek Pearl Farm. Looks yum.
Alright guys, welcome to Willie Creek. My name is Kat. I'll be your tour guide for today. First questions first, what do you guys know about pearls? So this right here is the largest pearl producing oyster in the world, and we're so lucky because it's found naturally here in England for two main reasons. Firstly, our really big tides. Secondly, nice warm water. Has anyone been to Broome in the wet season? No? That ocean, the temperature is about 30 degrees plus. It's a bath. So where do we actually get our oysters from? We can get them two different ways. We can breed them right here in the hatchery, but before we do that, we need to collect our wild stock. So to collect our wild stock, we use drift divers. We usually employ 4 at a time. They're searching on the bottom of the floor from the sandy patches for our oysters. Now with our drift divers, they work for themselves. They're contracted out, and they get paid per shell, around $4 to $5 per shell, and they're working side by side right next to their competitors. It's pretty tough training. They are being pulled along by a rope. If they let go of the rope, then let go of the boat. So with one arm being dragged, with the other arm they're collecting a shell and putting it around the net, around their neck. So this is called our mother of pearl shell, and what makes this is a substance called nacre, and nacre is the same thing that makes our pearl.
So I'm the proud parent at the moment of a perhaps pearl, maybe. We'll see.
However, these guys do get heavy. They can weigh up to about 35 kilos.
Wow.
So you can imagine lifting these up all day. It'll be very, very taxing. You can see the little line of seaweed in that. That was the high tide mark this morning. So that's how high the tide was. Now on a high tide, we have two tides. We have a deep tide, which is our lower tides, and our spring tides, which is our high tides, and those tides can be up to anywhere towards up to 2.5 metres, sometimes 11 metre. They work on the moon, so on a full moon we'll get our spring tides, or we call them king tides. Here we have Cyclone Creek. Cyclone Creek is a creek that is named after Willie, hence the name Willie Creek. And what happened is the luggers used to go in there and protect themselves from the winter. So when there's a cyclone or bad weather, the luggers would come in, through them out to the river, go into the creek up there and park themselves in the mangroves to protect themselves from the wind and harsh weather. Once the weather had passed, they bring the luggers back out and take themselves back out to sea on a rappel. So this here, folks, is flat rock. Obviously you can see all these are why it's called a flat rock. So roughly 9 metres of that rock face there. On a high tide, the water would be about 1 metre higher than the top of that rock there. We can actually drive the boat up on top there.
Our pearling industry was made on the mother of pearl shell, not the pearl. Like I said, only 1 in 10,000 natural oysters will contain a pearl. It was a happy byproduct. We actually didn't even care about it. We were throwing bucket loads of keshies back in the water. We wanted the shell. We supplied the world with over 85% of its mother of pearl shell, used mainly for buttons. Then what happened was World War II, and plastic became much more available, phased out our buttons. But then, in the mid-1950s, 3 Japanese guys came to Broome with Mikimoto's technique of culturing pearls. So that was when our industry changed from the shell to the pearl, which is pretty cool. Now we still use the shell for a lot of things today. Firstly, tourism. I've got a whole panel of these on my wall from my first trip to Willie Creek many years ago. We also use it for things like furnishing inlays, cutlery, hair combs. My grandma's got traditional mother of pearl cutlery. Wind instruments, all inside there. Guitar frets have it as well. We crush it up, we put it in car paint. Anyone heard of that? Yeah? Ladies' makeup, things that shimmer and sparkle often contain mother of pearl shell. And we all use it every single day on the back of your credit cards. That little holograph contains crushed up mother of pearl shell. Cool, isn't it? Yeah, so the whole oyster gets used. I consider it a sustainable industry, otherwise I wouldn't be part of it. What are we looking for in a pearl? Colour, luster, size,
Complex.
shape, complexion. Yeah, we got that. Now what happens when we put all 5 of those virtues together? We get something like this. So this fly loves me. Now this one here is from our 2019 harvest. She's up there on the board. She measures a massive 19.27. There it is. What do you think the price of that one is? Forget the 150 grand, that was a once in a lifetime pearl. What do you think the price of this one is?
20.
50.
I already gave you a $10,000 one.
20.
Come on, this is our start. 20? Triple it. $61,000 for that one right there. But like I said, guys, that used to be the star of the show until 2 weeks ago, Caleb pulled out this one. Oi! It's funny what you were doing. I was going to give this one to you next, but back to Bill. So that one was from the one just 2 weeks ago. That one measures 20.2 mil. So only 1 millimetre bigger than that one, but that 1 mil makes it that much rarer that it bumped the price up about 100k. Crazy. That one's also got those pink gem undertones as well that we're famous for. So that is the best of the best. Like I said, a once in a lifetime pearl.
And was
Rob
that
shed a few tears.
And was
Now I
that?
know what you guys are thinking though. You didn't come all the way to Willie Creek to see just one pearl. No, you guys came to see a strand. Something like that. Isn't it pretty? So what do you think a strand like this might be worth? It's about 46 pearls on there. 50,000, much less.
25.
25, much less.
I'd probably say 4.5.
I can't put 2 on here.
I was going to say 3.
This one is about $6,000 because I want you to look closely at them. They're not perfect pearls, are they? Each of them are very different shapes, sizes. No, they're not. Not by any means. So if you were to put a pearl like this by itself, no one's going to want it. But if you put it in a strand, we can hide all those imperfections. And all your eye sees is that beautiful lustrous strand, isn't it? So that's why we make a strand like this. So you were pretty close with your guess. There you go. So that's $6,000 there. So that's an imperfect strand.
Thanks, Reese.
Some people don't want imperfect though, and they do want perfection, and this is what it's going to look like. Every single pearl on here is absolutely perfect. All round, same size, same shape, gorgeous luster. So if you buy in bulk with this one, it won't get any cheaper, unfortunately. What do you think this one will cost?
120.
You're pretty close, a bit less though. You're on it, you are an expert, you could do the tours.
80.
$90,000.